Thank you and welcome, Prasanna Kakunje. We are pleased to have you in our show. Welcome to the
Thank you
show.
so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
So, without wasting time, I think we'll quickly get into the process, right? So, we'll start with the interview.
Okay.
Just to start with, what I would say, do you mind introducing yourself about your childhood or your school days and how you become an entrepreneur, your journey from the beginning?
Okay. Yeah, my life is an open book, so I can talk about anything. So, in that,
Uh-huh.
if I go back to my childhood days, I didn't know that I have this attitude of an entrepreneur. It was not like intentionally I became an entrepreneur. It just came. I think I had that in my blood. Maybe my family had that in my blood. Not that my father was an entrepreneur. He was
Uh-huh.
working for coffee board, and my journey started with a humble start. So he was working for the coffee board, which was a central government, institution organization for controlling the coffee
Uh-huh.
trading in the market. So he was working as a Group D attender in that, and then he was always helpful to. Even though he was an attender, he used to do all letter writing, typing, and his handwriting was so beautiful. English handwriting also so beautiful. That was inspiring, and he was inspiring in a way that okay, anything you do it systematically. Even if he had just two shirts and two trousers, he would keep them so neatly, well washed and pressed. Very systematic he was living. So that was kind of inspiration for me to be systematic in whatever we do. That's how the humble beginning started. And I was brought up in Koppa near
Oh,
Sringeri.
is it?
It's a
Okay.
Malnad hill town. And then, it was a simple life, but with lots of friends and playing in the open road and ground. No time limit for that until my father would call, okay, come now, it's time to have dinner. Till then, we would play after school time, school hours. So that was like that. We enjoyed everything in life, I could say. We used to play with old tires and, on the road or play in the mud and get ourselves dirty. We didn't mind or play in the sun. So explore the forest, go and pluck forest fruits, enjoy that, eat everything, drink
It's a whole
water from
life.
the
It's a whole life
tap.
out there.
Yeah. We lived our life to the full, I feel. And that's how, like, I became fearless, basically. I was ready to take risk because I had nothing to lose, basically. That's how my childhood was. Yeah.
Beautiful. When
But
it
the
comes to
best thing,
education,
best thing is like my parents were very supportive emotionally and they were always there for me with
that
whatever they
makes a
could support.
difference. That makes a
And
difference.
yeah, and my education also. I did my graduation till graduation in Koppa itself. That's I studied Ayurveda, BAMS,
Oh,
and
okay.
after that I lost my father due to a massive heart attack in 2002. And then at the same time I got my seat in the Government Ayurveda College in Mysore for MD in Kaya Chikitsa. So then I moved with my mother to Mysore and then pursued my MD in Ayurveda.
Oh, okay.
That's till my post graduation. Until then,
Wonderful.
I was just the ordinary thinking person, maybe, or my entrepreneurship didn't come out. So I was still thinking, okay, after MD, I will get a job, I'll do a clinic practice, and the job. That's how I was thinking.
Beautiful. So, is there anything there else that you want to share about the life before entrepreneurship?
Yeah, and then I did like that also. Like I joined a company as a consultant, and then I joined a college
Oh,
as a teaching faculty in Ayurveda college, teaching them. Normal 9 to 5 kind of job, and then evening clinic, going to my clinic and seeing patients. That's how my journey was going
beautiful.
on. And then I got into the hospitality industry. I got an opportunity to serve in Oriental Bangkok, one of the most expensive hotels in Bangkok, Thailand. And that's how I got into the hospitality industry and started learning, oh, there are so many things in this world that we can explore and experiment and adopt. That's when a thought came into my mind where why we should be as a doctor, why I should just keep the hospital in my mind. Why not
Yeah.
extend three more letters, hospitality, ITY, which added to hospital can give a better experience for the patient without the patient feeling like a patient. They need not be feeling and labeled as patient always. So why not they be just our guests who are there to be treated well, so that hospitality I wanted to blend into hospital, and that's where my entrepreneurial thinking started. And even that ITY, 3 letters, I say I thank you. So hospital, I thank you. Hospitality, that's what I wanted to establish.
That's wonderful thought process, I would say. So in all these things, I could see you said about how you were playing when you were a kid, fearless, and all these parts. These are the characteristics, the way I see that the narrative, the leadership is. So there is a few things which got inculcated into you through your parents and your childhood experiences. Talking
Absolutely.
of which, being an entrepreneur, I think on the leadership is one of the most important qualities that any entrepreneur need to have, right? Yeah. So as the subject, the visionary leaders, the magazine itself is all about talking about leadership from the people who are in the field of entrepreneurship or in the field of business, right? So as an entrepreneur, also as a business person, how do you see this subject in leadership? What are your thoughts about leadership?
Leadership is something that is inborn. Leadership cannot be, brought in or given through a certificate or coaching. That's maybe a part of it. You can maybe polish. I think you can polish it to some extent, but leadership in itself is just being yourself. That itself is leadership, I believe. And if you're a leader from within, then you're a leader for everyone. That means
so you need to be leader first. You need to believe that you're a leader first, then you can.
Yeah. And sometimes you may not even know that you are a leader, but you're just born that way and you live that way. So it's just how you live it. You talk about something and it's your passion and you live by it. That's when you become a leader. It may be politics, it may be business, it may be, anything for that matter. If you have that inside you and then you live by it, you just don't talk about it and leave it the other way. You live by it, and that's when you become a leader, because people know that you are passionate about it and you will be doing the exceptional job in that area. That's when people want to follow you because you are successful. And leadership is setting an example, becoming a model for whatever you're doing in it.
That's wonderful, the way you said, as you need to kind of, it's a quality that you reflect automatically, that comes out when you have that insight, right?
Yes.
So that's beautifully way of putting. So taking it forward, coming to my next thing, I really want to understand. You said you learned Ayurvedika and then Ayurveda, and then you taught Ayurveda, and in the process you did a lot of things. So when it comes to business as such, how exactly your business is, what you do?
Okay, that's a very broad spectrum. We say in about antibiotics and all when we talk, broad spectrum antibiotics, which can act on many organisms. So like this is a broad spectrum question, actually. Like our answer is broad.
How you could help me to summarize it? That's how I would say.
Okay. Well, people call me with the different titles. Some of my close friends and relatives, they call me Ayurvedic engineer, because I use engineering brain and use the Ayurveda concepts and come up with something very different or logical explanation to Ayurveda also.
For me, it sounded like Sadhguru's inner engineering somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, it is, because, anything when it is done with the logic and logically it works every time, that is science, that is engineering, That's what the definition I feel. So business is also like that. And to become an entrepreneur and a businessman, you need to be a jack of all. You need to know everything. May not be you're an expert in one particular thing, but you need to be, jack of many things. You should know how to do the accounts, how to manage a website, how to manage manpower, HR, the legal ways of it, or legal things of doing business, and how to calculate profit and loss, how to do reports, how to even from how to keep your premises clean, how to declutter your mind, how to maintain your health. See, there are so many things. And then everything becomes your passion. If you are for example, if you are a builder and a businessman, then you should know what quality of cement or what quality of brick or what quality of iron rod, everything should be there. You may not be engineer by qualification,
So
but as a businessman,
you're saying basically you cannot be focusing on one thing and say I will try this later. You should be practicing everything together. That's how you could, being an entrepreneur, you could operate.
Yes. And in a process, it cannot be like I can do it tomorrow. If that process has to be today, it has to be today. And you should know it today. So, yeah. That's
under this entrepreneurship, which business you're working on as of now, which you're focusing on?
Kakunje Wellness is a small firm.
Kakunje Wellness.
Kakunje Wellness.
Oh, okay.
Where wellness is not just a physical health, but it grows beyond that with that concept. I mean, physical, mental, spiritual well-being, being healthy and happy. That's the broad spectrum meaning of wellness. Being happy and healthy in all aspects. That's what I'm looking at. Kakunje is my family name. So with that, I established this firm. This is right now a proprietorship firm. And in that, what I have started right now is medicine, Ayurveda medicine and health care related products, distribution ship model, wherein I have a physical store and also an online store. So both are there. And
so you have physical as well as online store. If I need to go online and search for your products, what should I do?
Kakunje.com.
Kakunje.com.
nje.com. That's our website where
so that's for our viewers. You can always visit the site and see what kind of products our Kakunje Wellness has. So yeah, so with that, now these products, are they for particular demographic or age group, or is there something like that, or it's for everyone?
There are two types of products. One is called as OTC products, which is like over-the-counter products, which anybody can buy and use it, like a general tonic or a general, a cough syrup of Ayurveda herbal product, or even herbal soap and shampoo, things like that.
Oh, and you have that as well?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
And also we have products which are like prescription based. So if a doctor is prescribing, then they can purchase that, like Ayurveda medicines.
Wonderful.
Yeah, they are on that.
So here I'm getting little curious to understand this. See, now when it comes to Ayurveda, there are a number of business out there, number of doctors, number of clinics, number of brands that are selling their products under the name of Ayurveda. Now people are saying organic also. Somewhere it's that whole new gamut, right?
Yeah.
If I'm talking to Kakunje, and if Kakunje Wellness want to differentiate them from others, apart from having a good quality, I'm sure you'll be providing good quality, because that is the bare minimum qualification to sell the product. But what else we could look into, like what exactly we can expect from Kakunje Wellness?
I'm focusing more on service because I entered into hospitality sector or segment also.
Okay.
In the quality of service what companies are providing. So, for example, you go to an XYZ website or e-commerce platform, and then you buy a product, and if there is a problem while buying or after purchase, you have a problem, they don't exactly reciprocate or give a proper service and answer to your questions. And also, if there is a problem in the product, they will not accept it back. Those aspects are also there. But here we give personalized, they can directly call us and talk to us before even buying the product. If it is suitable for them or not, they can discuss with us and then make an informed decision whether to buy it or not. And if they buy something by mistake and then they want to replace it genuinely, then we talk to them, understand if it was a genuine mistake, and then we replace with whatever that difference amount or all the adjustments are done. And then if it's within that possibility, then we replace it also without any problem. It's like a personalized service we want to give. We don't want to be just a corporate where only rules apply, but we look into that from a humanitarian touch humane touch to it.
Yeah.
We genuinely talk to them and understand their problem and then give them a
So
solution.
basically,
It's not just an e-commerce.
So basically, you're saying you're not selling the product, you're selling the service in the form of where you understand the customer. Based on your understanding, you give the product, and even after they buy the product, if they need something to get back and take it forward, you're always available.
Yes.
Can I put it that way? That's really beautiful, because what you're saying is really makes sense. Because sometimes it so happens that we buy a product, and some by mistake we realize I don't think I need this, and when you go back to replace it, you are not get entertained.
Yes.
And you not only lose one customer, I would say you lose whole lot of customers, because they will spread the words out.
Yes.
So that's really good. I would say that's one of the leadership skills, where you take care of your customers as an entrepreneur. That's really beautiful, I would say.
Yeah.
Taking the conversation forward, before I ask your vision about the company, is there any particular challenge that comes out to your mind when you started this business that really bothered you, or you felt relaxed after coming out of that challenge?
Okay. I think it's most of the business owners will know that, and they all face this challenge. It's about selling a product, but again, you yourself need to verify everything personally and see that that product really works the way they claim it, because ours is a multi-brand store. We have multiple brands. It's not just our product, because we have to really go behind the quality. And personally, some of the products I use myself and see, because they are herbal and wellness products. I use myself, and then only if I'm sure about it, then I do it. Otherwise, from my clinical practice, I know some of the products which are effective and we have used in our practice for many years, then we have chosen it. And then what happens, I have a list of products, and then I decide to sell them. Then the production had stopped. So the product is not available. Or when I have a demand, they have stopped the production of the product. That's the biggest challenge I faced. Then I had to again do the whole thing of researching, and from the square one, I have to do everything again to look for another product of the same quality and category. So that's a challenge I was facing. Now it's kind of stabilized, and I have found producers, manufacturers of the products who are more stable, and they would be there for years to come.
So based on this particular challenge, is there some learning that you want to share with us? What precaution we can take not to this thing to happen?
The best thing to be stable in the market and to be there for long, and to ensure that you can give the same kind of quality, the best thing is to have your own product or private label. At least that is the best thing, I find. Otherwise, there are no too many chefs preparing a dish, So I can prepare my dish and I can be sure of the quality, and then I can sell it. I think that will be my next step.
That's wonderful. So just coming to your vision of the company, what we could see Kakunje becoming in few years now? Where exactly you're heading?
Like I just started that, I want to be a company with proper, pure, and very selected, quality-oriented products should be there in the product line. A very good range of products where a household or a person will have everything that they need from A to Z. That's what I'm looking at. And from the service aspect, I want to provide service also in educating and spreading the awareness of the real Ayurveda and real Ayurveda products. It's not just in the name of Ayurveda. Ayurveda has been marketed in many ways in a wrong, notions also. I want to make people unlearn that. People should unlearn all those wrong things, what they have learned all these years. And I want to reteach them what is the real meaning of Ayurveda and how it is implemented in our life.
So that's really wonderful.
So it's a business and the teaching both.
So you're saying you want to educate, make aware of the product, make aware of the things that they are doing with their health, and then you want to give them what is the right for their own health and own good.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I
don't want people to buy unnecessary things. Just for selling my product, I don't want people to buy unnecessary things. If they want only A, they should buy only A, not the A, B, C, D, because I'll make more money. That's not the purpose.
So true, so true. So we are seeing a leader who is talking about being ethical in their business, which is really beautiful. And I would say that is one quality which makes leader different from others, right? So being ethical in your own business is what least one could do. Otherwise, if you're
Absolutely.
out in the market, there are so many people selling some or the other thing out to the people. But are you
Yes, yes, yes.
ethical enough? Are you straight enough to sell the product with that conviction in your heart? That's what matters. So that's really
Definitely.
wonderful. So now, before I coming to a question where I would ask your suggestions or advice for youngsters who are watching this kind of video and leadership lessons. Before I come to that, is there any other business that you're looking as of now, or is there something else that you're handling along with the particular business you're mentioning, which is Kakunje Wellness?
Yes. Basically, as a doctor, I run a clinic also, Ayurveda clinic, and with my
Okay.
wife, she's also an Ayurveda doctor, MD in Ayurveda. She helps me in running that clinic,
And where
and
is this
I
place?
Mudbidri,
Mudbidri.
35 kilometers from Mangalore. So Mudbidri town.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Okay.
Kakunje Wellness Clinic. The
So
same.
if people
Yeah.
search for Kakunje Wellness Clinic in Google, they would be able
Yes,
to
they will
find the
find
place.
us. Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow,
even if
wonderful.
they search Dr. Prasanna Kakunje in Google, they will see all my pages, social pages, business pages, everything.
So the guys,
So
this
that's there.
information for you. So you can search for Mr. Prasanna Kakunje. It's in Mudbidri. So if anytime you are visiting that side, you can call the number is there in the Google and you can check. So you can reach out to the person. That's how it is. So yeah,
And
yeah.
apart
Please go
from
ahead.
that, I am running a consultancy firm also where I give consultancy for setting up and running or managing spas, health centers, wellness resorts, health resorts, and these things. Right now, we are doing a very big project in Kumta, 50
Uh-huh.
acres of beachside, beachfront property with 81 rooms and all that, and
Oh,
a
wow.
very
Okay.
huge 5-star category of Ayurveda resort with
That's
vegetarian, no
wonderful.
liquor, kind of F&B service also. But service will be 5-star category, and that's what the project I'm on.
Beautiful. Had really good time, Prasanna. We are running out of time. So, but before that, I would definitely want to know, being a leader, being an entrepreneur, what is your advice or a suggestion based on your knowledge and the experience so far in your life in this particular business?
Okay. I would say, like, I don't want to force everybody to be an entrepreneur because, as I said, this is something you need to have from within. If you have that passion within and if you have that quality within, then you can develop it and polish it and become an entrepreneur. So just look for it. If you are happy with a 9 to 5 job and if you like to do a routine job, again, there is no good and bad in it. It's an individual choice, you know. If you like doing that and if you are happy, ultimately being happy and satisfied is what is important in life. So if you're happy with that, just stick to it. Don't try to be something different just for the sake of being different. If that zeal is there inside you, then polish it, nourish it, nurture it, and then learn anything and everything possible. Don't stop learning, because anything you learn today may not seem significant today, but tomorrow it will be very important when you become an entrepreneur, when you are running your own business. Anything, you know, even plumbing, electrical job also will be helpful one day when you are running your own business. So just give your 100% to it and find out what motivates you and nurture it very well. Don't worry about recognition or what how much money you'll be making out of it. It will all follow by itself. Just have it passion so that you don't mind working 24 hours 7 days a week. Also, if that is something in you, then you can become this, or you can be
Wow.
an entrepreneur and leader.
That's really deep. So basically, there is nothing wrong in having a job because nowadays there is a buzzword being an entrepreneur, be different, be do this, do that. So basically, you're saying not necessary. As long as you're
Definitely.
happy, that's what makes difference, right? So
Yes.
that's a beautiful message, guys. I am sure that you have enjoyed this interview. You learned a lot. You know what is Ayurvedika, how things are different out there in the market. If you have not subscribed and if you're not regular to this channel, make sure you subscribe and coming back to this channel again and again, because in this particular channel we'll be interviewing a lot of entrepreneurs and asking their knowledge and experience in their own field along with the leadership, because that's what you need to take it forward, right? So thank you so much once again. Thank you, Mr. Prasanna Kakunje, for your time, your valuable time. You already managing so many things, out of which you able to take out little time and come for us. Thank you. Is there any last words before we close the session?
Thank you so much for this. And I know you also personally, and also I forgot to mention our association with Rotary, and Rotary means business organizations. Yes. And definitely you are doing a very good job, and keep it up. It's not easy to do this kind of task also, which is like no benefit, but still you want to do it to motivate others, which is a very good job, and keep it up.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. See you in the next interview.